AJS 93. All right, maybe I'm a moron, possibly because I decided to become an architect and not an economist, but how is it Social Security cannot be insolvent? I only ask because friends, family, and even ostensibly progressive ones have said this to me. Remember, I might be a moron, so explain it to me as if I'm a 2-year-old. All right. There is one primary source of money in Social Security, the primary source, and that is taxes, payroll taxes. There is a secondary source of money, which is a trust fund that has been built up, basically like a rainy day fund, if you will, that has been built up over time, starting in the 80s, anticipating the demographic changes. You had a baby boom, right? So taxes were not going to meet the costs of paying. And the way that Social Security works is that workers today pay for retirees today, and then workers tomorrow will pay for tomorrow's retirees. So there is a transfer of wealth essentially into the future. It's sort of like, trees in a way. You plant a tree, particularly at my age, you're not necessarily planting it for yourself, you're planting it for your kids. That's basically the way that Social Security works. Except for the difference is it's mandatory to plant those trees. So as long as there are workers in this country, they will pay taxes into Social Security trust fund or into essentially they'll pay in 1 year and that money will go out the same year to retirees or the next year to retirees. Now, you can have an imbalance where there's just not enough money being paid in taxes to pay the benefits of retirees. But insolvent means there's no money to pay any of those debts. It's conceivable, if we do nothing, that you'll only be able to pay 78% of benefits. So it won't be zero. It'll be paying 78%. Won't be 100%. Right now, the trust fund is going to run out, I'm not sure, the next 10 or whatnot. But we will not get to that point where we have benefit cuts of 20% or so, 22%, until 2033, worst case scenario. We can easily, everything could be insolvent. Let's put it this way. If we collect no taxes, the U.S. government could be insolvent tomorrow. Or, we could print money, but if we decide not to print money, we could be insolvent. It's simply a policy choice. We're taking in less money because of income disparity in this country. We used to take in 90% of income was subject to Social Security payroll taxes. Now it's about 81% of income is subject to Social Security payroll taxes. If we take it back up to 90%, in other words, raise the cap so that more money is subject to taxes traditionally, then we have closed that 22% gap. We blow the cap off. If we just raise the cap, then maybe we just close it by 15, 20%. The only other option that's being offered by someone like Chris Christie is let's raise the Social Security age or let's cut benefits. Well, the idea is we're going to cut benefits to cut benefits. They're implying that there's going to be no money in Social Security, that you're going to become 67 because for our generation, they've already raised the retirement age to 67. You're going to become 67 and there's going to be no money there. That's not true. That's not true. So we're not going to be bankrupt, not going to be wiped out, not going to be in receivership. It's just that there's going to have to be benefit cuts, which they're proposing right now to avoid future benefit cuts. And the cuts are frankly not terribly different. So the idea of it being insolvent is silly. It can't be insolvent any more than anything else can't be insolvent. The only way that Social Security can truly be insolvent is if all the workers disappear and then just come back into the country or back into the system when they're 65 and say, okay, I'm ready to collect my Social Security. Well, we haven't had anybody paying into the system for the 30 years that you disappeared because you all got beamed up onto a spaceship and now you come back and looking for your retirement benefits. You haven't been paying into the system. Well, people are going to be paying into the system.